Hello, Louisville. Guess who's coming to dinner? Happy Monday. I'm glad to be with you. We've got a lot of things going on in the world. So, guess who's coming to dinner? What's going on? We've got trouble in River City. You know, Louisville has we're working on trying to take care of some of the crime that's been happening in our community, and it's just running a little rampant. And we need to find some more things for our youth that are 16 to 25 to do. That's one of the main things. That's my beef, and I'm working on a program to see if I can't make some of that happen, because everybody's not meant to go to college. And a lot of people don't have jobs. Not that there aren't jobs available, but they're not taking advantage of them. Ever since COVID has turned everything upside down, even though everything was kind of going upside down anyway since the last 4 years, if you know what I mean. But I just wanted to say that we have to be vigilant, the community as a whole. We have to be vigilant about what's going on in our community, and we cannot stay behind those closed doors and peeping out behind the curtains. We must get involved. We're going to be having the meeting down next week down to Shawnee about the student assignment. I think that's very important. I'm going to, even though I don't have any children in school and don't have any children, period. But I think it's really important because I knew what it meant to me to be able to go to school with people that lived in my neighborhood. That made us a closer community. Instead of sending a child from one end of the city to another end of the city to assimilate and adjust and not feel safe at the same time. But those are the things that are going on. And yes, next month we're going to be getting ready for Derby. So all the women are out looking for the hats. You have to start early, honey, because the hats will go quickly, very quickly. And on that note, this Monday is the last Monday in the month of March. Monday, that Guess Who's Coming to Dinner has an honorable mention as our guest today. And that honorable mention for Women's Month is none other than Miss Marilyn Jackson, CEO and president of the Muhammad Ali Center. Welcome to Louisville.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jansen. I'm delighted to be here.
So how long have you been here already?
I started my first day at the Muhammad Ali Center on January 17th, okay, which I did not know was his birthday.
Oh, wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that had to be festive.
It was festive. They do an annual birthday event here for him. And while we were still kind of in the middle of COVID, it was a little bit scaled down, but there was a big blood drive that we had here. There was, we showed the I Have a Dream speech because there was also Martin Luther King Day that day. The museum was open for guests, and it was really a wonderful day.
Wonderful. So tell me, Miss Jackson, how did it all start? I mean, were you referred? Somebody that you knew told you about this job? How did that come about?
It was actually really interesting. I was living in Chicago, and it was the summer sometime, June or July, and a recruiting firm, a search firm, reached out to me, and as they often do, mm-hmm, and said, we have this interesting search. Would you know a candidate? Blah, blah, blah. So I responded back and I said, off the top of my head, I don't know anybody, but let me put some thought into it and I'll get back to you. And they wrote back, they said, no, they're interested in you. And I was like, really? Okay. So to be honest, to be polite, I returned the email, and then I took an initial interview and I took another interview. And as I went through the process, the opportunity just really resonated with me, became more and more interesting. Mm-hmm. And I felt really connected to the mission and the work here. And the next thing I know, I was driving down to Louisville for an in-person interview with the board.
Wow. That's wonderful.
Mhm.
Because it's a lot, and you're the first woman that's held this
Yes,
position,
that's correct.
to be the gatekeeper, as you saw in my email, the
Mhm.
gatekeeper of the goat's legacy.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
going some. That's going some. So some of the things you were letting me in on, some of the things that you've been doing since you've been here, as far as getting to know the community and let them know you. So tell me about how that's going and what some of that has been like.
Well, in general, first let me say that Lavillians and the folks here have been phenomenally warm and inviting. I've gotten flowers. I got a baseball bat with my name engraved in it from the
Yeah.
Southern Museum. I've gotten cards, and people have really reached out and been really welcoming, and have embraced me. And so it's been a great opportunity to talk to people. I've been meeting our board members. We have over 33 board members. So I've tried to meet with each of them individually. I've met with the mayor. I've met with uh, many of the people who've worked in the mayor's office around some of the issues that you talked about early in the show,
Right.
Black male achievement. I've been going to events. I just went to the Greater Louisville business meeting last night. So a lot of meeting and talking to people, but we're really going to formalize that through a process that we call strategic planning. So we kicked that off this week, and that's really an opportunity for us to talk to people in the community, to talk to our stakeholders about what they envision the Muhammad Ali Center to be in the future, what they think it's been doing that's been really good, what maybe where we have an opportunity to do more and fill in some of the gaps.
Okay.
So that's going to be an exciting process, and it's going to take probably about 4 or 5 months. But we look forward to hearing the community, hearing about what our stakeholders are expecting from us, and coalescing that into a plan that we can execute on.
So that'll be kind of like meetings that are open to the public. You'll be able to come in. Like if I wanted to come in and be a part of that.
I think that's an interesting idea. I didn't think about it till you just said that, but I think that could be a really interesting idea. So we often have meetings like that here at the center. Just on Monday, as a matter of fact, we had an event called Reimagining Education, and
Right.
we had about 70 people here. They had small group conversations about what the future of education should look like, and it
Okay.
was led by our Muhammad Ali Youth Council,
Okay.
and they are writing up their recommendations based on what they heard. And it was there was school administrators, students, parents, all kinds of folks were invited to be part of the process.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. That's a good group to have. A little bit of everybody,
Yep.
so everybody's input is there. Because we're reinventing our school system, just like everybody else's school system. They're trying to figure out what critical race theory is. They've chopped it up left and right, and taken away from what it is to make it something that it's not. But those things, we're going through some evaluating of where we need to be in this community. And it's so cute that you said you Louisvillians. That's right, honey. We're Louisvillians. A lot of people, that's a mouthful. A Louisvillian, because we are very proud people, just like Ali was.
Yes.
We embody his spirit.
Absolutely.
Most Louisvillians think they as bad as night and day. Everybody, you can do it all. I know I'm one of them. So I truly understand the spirit of Muhammad Ali. So in moving here, and the city's been very southern and hospitable to you. So you feel like this is a good fit for you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I've spent about, I don't know, 25 years in Chicago. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh,
I
okay.
lived in Washington, D.C. I've lived in Los Angeles, and I am delighted to be here. I get to look out my window and see green rolling hills, a little bit of the river. The pace of the city is wonderful. As I've said, I tell my friends in Chicago, nobody's honked at me since I've been here. So it's
Really?
yes, it's
Okay.
it's a different pace, but I'm really embracing that. And being also able in that pace allows you to, this is a big job. So that pace allows me to focus on my work here and spend
Right.
a lot of time at the center. And I'm enjoying it.
Well, that's, Louisville is, it's its own kind of place. We have our own dialect, our own speech. Um, we have our own way of being. Once they're for you, they're for you. And I'm sure that especially our African American community and the whole community as a whole, because everybody loved Ali. So anything having to do with the center, this entire city is behind you. So just so you know, I told you so.
Okay.
We're all behind you. Okay.
Thank you.
And we want to make you feel welcome in our city, and we want you to. Did you bring family with you, or you came by yourself?
I came by myself. I am just about an empty nester. I have 3 children. They are almost 21, almost 22, and 24. So
wow.
They're pretty independent right now. One is graduating from college, one's in college, one's out of college. And so they're kind of settled and leading their own lives. So, and my husband is in Chicago right now. We've lived in the same house for 26 years. So as you might imagine, you don't disassemble a house that you've lived in for 26 years in a matter of
that's going to take months. You need all of 2022.
Exactly. So he's looking at, opportunities and we'll see when he comes down here. But we have a lot to clean out in that house in Chicago.
That sounds like a job already, because I just moved, and it took me just 3 months to get physically moved. But I was just really wanting to have you on because I had picked 4 women that I wanted to introduce to the city, because a lot of people in this city are in the forefront. And there are a lot of people that are going to be doing, like yourself, going to be doing heavy lifting. But I don't know how you're always in the light. You know what I'm saying? And just to get to know you and welcome you to the city. That was my main purpose for reaching out to you and making you one of my honorable mentions for Women's History Month, because you made history with taking that job over there at the Ali Center. You definitely made history. And Louisville is proud to have you. I know a little bit about Chicago. My father lived in Chicago. He retired from the CTA years ago, and I used to visit him in the winters, but the Hawk was a little bit much for me. I used to visit him every Thanksgiving till we were standing on the on the platform waiting for the L. And I said, I love you, Daddy, but I'm not coming back in November ever again. And I have family and friends there. So I know a little bit about the Windy City. And so you came from Brooklyn. I got folks in Brooklyn. So it's just good that you've had a taste of Northeast, and now you've got you already had a taste of Midwest when you're in Chicago anyway.
That's right.
But I hope that you'll find that Louisville will be a place that you will enjoy being, and that the work will be intriguing and inspiring. And we can't wait to see what you have, what you're going to put on the table for us. Yeah. Just like the dinner table that we can talk about.
Mm-hmm. Every day. I mean, no day has been the same so far, and I expect it won't be. We have somebody on staff who's been here for 20 years, and we just had a little recognition for her. And she said that every day's been different. Every day has been.
That's wonderful.
Every day's been different. Every year has been exciting, and I imagine that my time here will be very much like that.
Okay. Well, you seem like you have the personality and the charm and grace of a Southern belle, so you'll handle this well. This will be a piece of cake for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I just want to say thank you again for coming. I won't hold you because I know you've got things to do, people to see, and places to go.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me on. And I hope that anytime you want to come to the center or any of your guests want to come, please check out our website. And we're going to start rolling out some special events in the future. And an Ali Festival, which commemorates his passing. He passed on June 3rd. Okay. And so we will hold it again this year, June 3rd through June 9th.
Okay.
We'll have a festival and different activities at the center, and we invite the public to come. So I hope you can join us for that.
And if you want to come back on the show at any time, just call me up, send me an email, say, Janice, I need to come on. We need to talk about this. This is what we're trying to do. Even when you get some of your initiatives together that you want to put in place that involve the community, please feel free to call me and come back on. I'd love to have you.
I absolutely will. Thank you for your time today.
And you know what? It's dinner time. Go have dinner. Bon appetit. I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. That was CEO and president of the Muhammad Ali Center, Miss Marilyn Jackson. Louisville, y'all need to welcome her with open arms because she's got a big job to do. She has to be the gatekeeper to the greatest of all times. His legacy, because we love us some Muhammad Ali, us and the whole rest of the world. So we wanted to say we applaud her for being able to secure that job, especially as the first woman CEO and president. Doing Women's History Month, go ahead, girl. Do your thing. We're proud of you. I thought I'd share my photo that I have in my home of Muhammad Ali sitting on the bridge. I thought about this because I saw that Miss Jackson also had a portrait of Muhammad Ali hanging on her wall behind her as we were speaking. And I didn't make mention of that, but I wanted to make mention of Muhammad Ali. Most people have a picture of Muhammad Ali in their homes, and they should. We have a picture of Jesus, Dr. Martin Luther King, and Muhammad Ali. Oh, and President Obama. We can't leave out President Obama. So let me come back over here. All right. I have to. And on that note, I want to say next month, April, we're going to be talking to a little bit of everybody. We've invited Pastor Tim Finley to come be on the show. He's running for mayor. We need to talk to him and see what he has in mind, what his campaign is all about, what his platform is, what he's going to do for the community. We have to ask these questions, and he has to answer these questions. But we're looking forward to having him on. We're also going to have the president of the Kentucky State Alumni Association, my KSU Alumni Association, on to talk about what's going on at Kentucky State. We know that they were in the news this week because they were really trying to find a way to close the school down. Now, let's be real. You cannot close this HBCU down. They're going to get a whole new board of regents. Okay, let's put that back in. Let's put that in place. But don't try to find a reason or fabricate a reason to take away something that has had a 100 plus year legacy in this state and has produced Blacks that have excelled in every area you could name that came from Kentucky State University. Believe me, I know I'm one of them. So on that note, just keep Kentucky State in your prayers. And you can put them in your pocketbook because they need some funding. The Alumni Association needs all the former alumni to join the association. We're going to push for that. We're going to be pushing for that. And what else is coming up? Oh, I didn't tell Miss Jackson this, but in May, we are going to have an event at the Ali Center. I am presenting a book signing for a native Louisvillian who was a 45-year former TV anchor at WUSA-DC. Miss Jackson might know who that is. His name is Bruce Johnson, and he's from Louisville, Kentucky. He has written a book called Surviving Deep Waters. It talks about his time growing up in the West End. It talks about racism that he encountered as a teenager in this city. It talks about where he got his jumpstart in broadcast from WLOU. While he was going to Kentucky State, he worked at WLOU in the summers under Dr. William Summers III. So Bruce has a lot to tell us, and he's won 22 Emmys. Excuse me. This is a homeboy. So we have to really come out for him. He graduated from Shawnee, and he went to Kentucky State. So this is somebody that we need to make him feel welcome, bring him home for a wonderful book signing. Carmichael's bookstore will be handling the sale of the books. And we're going to have some other events. Maybe he'll do an interview with WLOU and trying to find the National Association of Black Journalists. I called out to U of L, but there's only a phone number. And evidently no one is checking the messages. So if anyone knows anyone who is a part of the U of L chapter of National Association of Black Journalists, you need to holler at your sister. You can find me at Jantastic Productions on Facebook or under Janice Carter on my Facebook page. You can DM me because I need to speak to someone. He'd like to have a Q&A when he gets here. But so I'm trying to make this an event to remember for the city and for Bruce because he's done some wonderful things. I'll see you on Friday. Ciao.